The time is 7:58 a.m. Good morning. The news headline: If we unite, we will take over this country, Adamu Garba says as he calls out Nigerian youth. Adamu Garba has taken to his official Facebook page to call out all the Nigerian youth, saying that if we unite, we will take this country. On Friday, the Nigerian former senator for the Yobe South constituency of Yobe State called out all Nigerian youth on his social media page, saying that if we unite, we will take this country. Adamu Garba has published a controversial post on his official Facebook page. The member of PDP, People's Democratic Party, talked about the political imbalance in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. According to that post he shared online, Adamu Garba called out all the Nigerian youth, urging them to be involved in the political activities of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. While publishing the post, Adamu Garba said that there is no difference between the youth in the north and the south in Nigeria when it comes to political imprisonment, except for the divide that was implanted between the youth. He also said if the youth would unite, we will take this country. He also said fundamentally there is no difference between the youth in the north and the south in Nigeria when it comes to political imprisonment, except for the divide implanted between the youth. And if we unite, we will take this country. I call out on all the Nigerian youth to stand up and join politics. Speaking further, Adamu Garba said that if the Nigerian youth can rally and support one another in all spheres of endeavors without envy, they would have been leading the Federal Republic of Nigeria by now. Adamu Garba also advised the Nigerian youth to finish their political tour, reclaim their political rights for their benefit. He said, if Nigerian youth can rally and support one another in all spheres of endeavors without envy, as often as they do when they want to bring one of them down, Nigerian youth would have been leading this country ever since. Young people, finish your political tour with them, serve them, but not your creditors. Someone there has insulted you, insulted your origin, insulted your religion, insulted your culture, but this is more beneficial to them than you. Is this line a solution for you? So you keep going. Why don't you reclaim your rights for the benefit of yourself and your community? If you do it again, they will put your enemies above you. We have to find the best for ourselves in the world. This was the words of Adamu Garba, who was actually, a one-time senator for the Yobe South constituency of Yobe State, calling out Nigerian youth to awaken and actually unite, because that is how they can actually take back the country. Sometimes ago, we actually know that Adamu Garba, just if you talk about him, well, he is actually the Chief Executive Officer and founder of IPI Solutions Nigeria Limited, which is a leading cloud computing company headquartered in Lagos. You will remember that sometimes when the presidency banned Twitter, it is this same Adamu Garba that brought about one app like that called Cool, trying to be an analogy of the way Twitter 2 operates. And then at age 26, the Adamawa state-born information technology guru was already an emperor, controlling fortune and human beings while driving competitors to the back. And away from his entrepreneurial exploit, he went to lead a nation. Though a fulfilled businessman, he wants to be Nigeria's president sometimes soon. There was a time that he was actually interviewed by Daily Life, where he was asked if his father was actually a politician, like if he has anything related to politics from his background in his family line. And he said no, that his father was actually an Islamic scholar with traditional title in his village, while his mother was a full-time housewife and now a petty trader. And he was also asked that under democratic regime, no young person has ever ruled Nigeria, and that what gave him the impression and courage that he can actually do the job. And his response was that it is important for us to chart a better way for our nation, that in leadership, age is not a barrier, but wisdom is key. He said he has an excellent manifesto on how we can improve the life of ordinary Nigerians by deliberate and committed efforts to transit from poverty. He said a manifesto that will transform us from the current supplier nation to a real free market economy. Our manifesto will change the entire education system to skill-based knowledge and training systems. A manifesto that will define the soul of a true Nigerian identity. A manifesto that will unleash the power of 180 million Nigerian spirits to the world, to create impossible innovations and produce very successful talent pool as is obtained in advanced countries. He said that he thinks Nigerians should start to prepare for a new Nigeria by our Great Nigerian Renaissance project, where each citizen will transparently measure the government in key 4 metrics, namely better education, training for the children, better standard healthcare facilities for all Nigerians, and better markets to transact in goods and services, and more money in their pockets as a result of improved trade. Then he was also asked that does he think that Nigerians will accept him? And he said that Nigerian is predominantly made up of youth, and that in that regard that over 65% of the population are below the age of 35, and all they need are good, prosperous, and a happy life. And the present system are currently instituted cannot give them this. They will be very happy to provide it themselves in a single team, using a unified aim in a country they so dearly know have potentials to make them great. And being a youth, and he believes that they would actually support him, and he would do just to their support. And he was asked for how long he has been nurturing the ambition, and he said that he has been nurturing this ambition since 2003, and that he has read many books and studied many policies of statecraft to acquire more knowledge on how best to liberate the country. Convince us that you can and have what it takes to rule a complex country like Nigeria. And he said that absolutely yes, the average Nigerian is an enterprising spirit, and the issue we have is identity crisis. We have different bodies and systems that may define many versions of us than the one that defines us as one indivisible nation. Once a country is sunk into identity crisis, it finds it hard to realize what it truly represents, and therefore be pushed into primordial sentiments such as tribal and religious identity. Saying that in solving this crisis, it will start with the value system renaissance, the great reawakening of the Nigerian spirit, and that they will run a lot of reorientation program activities through different media channels, using a lot of talented artists to sell Nigeria to Nigerians. Therefore, he has called on youths, most especially, that they need to wake up from their slumber, and that there is no difference between the youth in the south or the youth in the north in Nigeria when it comes to political imprisonment. And what the Nigerian youth needs to do is to stand up now and join politics. Thanks for listening. Good morning.